In scenario 6, once again, PCA cannot ping PCB. So we'll start again. We'll start close and work our way out. So I'll ping router 1. And I am able to successfully ping router 1. So let's try router 2. And I can ping router 2. So let's try pinging this other interface of router 2 and see what that tells us. If I ping this interface, and look at this. Router 1 is coming back and telling us that it does not know how to reach 192.168.1.65. It's not trying to reach, it's not getting a timeout error. R1 is telling us it does not know where this network is. So let's go take a look at R1. And if R1 does not know how to get to 1.65, but we pinged this address, so we know it can get here, so we know this link is up. Let's look at our routing table. And our routing table of R1 says it knows about 1026, that's VLAN 100. It knows about the 10 or the 196/30, it knows about this network. It doesn't know about VLAN 200, and there's no static default route in here, so let's go ahead and put that in. IP route. And now that we've put that static route in here, if we look at our routing table, now it tells us it's got a gateway of last resort going to router 2. So now router 1 knows if it needs to send a packet to any network it doesn't know about, it'll send it to router 2. So let's try one last time and see if this works. So now I'm going to ping 1.94, and the pings are successful. In scenario 7, once again, PCA cannot ping PCB, so we'll start once again at the beginning, 192.168.1.1, and we are able to ping router 1. Let's try to ping router 2. And it looks like we're struggling to get to router 2. Let's give it a couple more seconds and see what happens, but it's not looking good for a ping to router 2. Let's see if we can ping 1.97. Control C to stop that and ping 1.97. And I am able to ping 1.97, so I'm good from PCA all the way to here. So let's just jump on. I could jump on router 1 and see, but this link has the right IP address on it, and we know that this link is up. If this link was not up, I would not be able to ping that address. So let's jump over to router 2 and see what's going on. And in router 2, we can do show IP interface brief, and we can indeed see that gigabit 000. It is up, but it doesn't have its IP address configured. Another thing I could do show interface gig 000, and that would give us more detailed information. Well, not really more information than the other one because we don't have an IP address on here, but this would show the subnet mask also if we wanted to really verify the address and the mask combination. So let's go ahead and just fix this. Now let's see if we can ping from PCA to PCB. And indeed we can. And scenario 8, once again, PCA cannot ping PCB. So let's start again with R1. Ping 192.168.1.1. And it looks like our problem is somewhere between PCA and R1. We're not able to ping it. So let's go ahead and take a look at S1 and see what's going on with S1. Maybe there's a cabling issue. Maybe there's a VLAN mismatch. So show interface status. Great command on a switch. Shows me all my ports. And look here, fast Ethernet 01. It's showing not connected. And what not connected means is I'm turned on, but I'm not seeing a signal from the other end. So we have some type of cable problem between 01 of switch 1 and gig 001 of R1. So before I go and start moving cables, let me look at R1 and do show interface gig 000. And interface gig 000 is showing that it's up and connected. Let me do show IP. And it's showing the address here, but now actually it's gig 001 I should have been looking at right here. I did gig 000. I should have been doing gig 001. And right here, show IP interface brief jumps right out at me. Gig 001 is administratively down, so interface gig, no shutdown. Now I can come back to PCA and I will go ahead and try to ping 1.94 once again. Might take a second for ARP requests to go through and stuff to find itself, but we did indeed successfully ping PCB. In scenario 9, PCA once again cannot ping PCB, so we'll start again at R1. And I can ping R1, so let's see about R2. And I can ping R2. Let me see if I can ping this interface of R1. And I can even ping gig 001 of R1. So it looks like my problem is either in the switch or in the PC. I can check the switch real quick. Show interface status. And indeed 01 and 02 are both showing connected, and they're both in VLAN 200. So let's go take a look at PCB and see what's going on with PCB. So I'll just do ipconfig. And on PCB, it looks like my default gateway is miscabled. So let's go ahead into my config tab. Actually, I can do it here in settings. I can change it right there. I don't have to go to the desktop for that. And my default gateway is correct. And let's go and see if we can now. I'm going to ping from PCC to PCB to A this time. And now indeed the two devices can ping each other. In scenario 10, once again, PCA can't ping PCB, and once again, we'll start close and work our way out. And it looks like I'm good to R1. Let me see if I can ping R2. And it looks like I'm having trouble getting from R1 to R2. Let me just ping this address here, .97 next. Let me fast forward this and go back. There we go, I fast forwarded it, we got our 4 timeouts. So now let me see if I can ping 1.97. Okay, so it looks like this interface is good, but we got a problem between R1 and R2. We know we're good at R1, so let's take a look at R2. And R2 will do enable show interface gig 0/0/0. And we have something interesting here. According to our command, gigabit 000 is up, it's connected, and it's got the right IP address. But we can't ping between R1 and R2. And I kind of knew we couldn't because we could ping R1 from PCA, but PCA couldn't ping R2 either. So let's take a deeper look at this. We know that the interfaces are configured correctly. We know that they're up. Show IP interface brief gives me a better view of that. They show both up. Let's see if we're connected to what we think we are. Show CDP neighbors. And we are connected. R2 is connected to R1. But the interface of R2 that's connected to R1 is gig 001. Gig 001 is supposed to go to the switch. And I'm connected to the switch using gig 000. So let's go and fix our cabling. So I'm going to go and click on my delete button. I'll have to delete these two cables, and then I can just recable it. I want to go from 000 to 000, and then another cable 001 to fast Ethernet 01. So now that I'm recabled, I'm going to hit fast forward so spanning tree and ARP can have, probably not any ARP going to happen until I send some message, but at least I'll get spanning tree to complete on fast Ethernet 0294. Now we're waiting for some ARP requests to go through, so we need to be a little bit patient here. But I'm not very patient, so I'm going to hit fast forward. And after a couple of timeouts, we did indeed get some connections. Now that everybody's ARP cache is filled, we should be getting all the successes.